Yes, I felt as if we came out, but if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number? No. And you? Did you notice what it was? No. They looked at each other, utterly cast down. Finally, Loisel dressed himself again. I am going, he said, over the track where we went on foot to see if I can find it. And he went. She remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. Towards 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. He went to the police and to the cab officers and put an advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. She waited all day in a state of bewilderment. Bewilderment means confusion. In the state of bewilderment before this frightful disaster. What was the frightful disaster, my dear children? That she had lost the beautiful necklace which she had borrowed from her friend. Loisel returned in the evening, his face pale. He had discovered nothing. He said, write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of the necklace and that you will have it repaired. That will give us time. Now, what suggestion does the husband gives Matilda? That you ring up your friend and you write to your friend and tell her that you have broken the clasp, that is the clip of the necklace, and that you will get it repaired. That will give us time to return that necklace. She wrote as he dictated. At the end of the week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, older by 5 years, declared, we must replace this jewel. In a shop of Palaces Royal, they found a chaplet of diamonds which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. It was valued at 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000. So in a shop that named Palace Royal, they found this identical kind of necklace and they bought it for 36,000 francs. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs which her father had left him. He borrowed the rest. He made ruinous promises, took money from treasurer from took money from usurers and the whole race of lenders. Then he went to get the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs. For this, he borrowed so much money. 18,000 francs his father had left, and 18,000 francs he borrowed from different money lenders. When Madame Loisel took back the jewels to Madame Frostier, the latter said to her in a frigid tone, in a very different, in a hot tone, you should have returned them to me sooner, for I might have needed them. So she was quite rude, in a very rude tone. She said that you must have returned. Frigid means very rude tone. You must have returned this to me earlier because I might have needed them. Let's move on to the next page. Madame Frostier did not open the jewel box as Madame Loisel feared she would. What would she think if she would perceive the substitution? What should she say? Would she take her for a robber? So this Matilda starts thinking that if she opens the box and she sees the necklace and she comes to know that they have substituted it, means they have replaced it. Substitute is replacement. They have substituted the necklace. Then what would she say and what would she think? That would she take her as a robber? Madame Loisel now knew the horrible life of necessity. She did her part, however, completely, heroically. It was necessary to pay this frightful debt. She would pay it. They sent away the maid. They changed their lodgings. Lodging means where they used to live. They rented some room in an attic. Attic is a place, in a room there is one more, you can say, a wall is fitted in between this a room, and that is known as attic. She learned the odious work of a kitchen. Odious means tedious work of a kitchen. She washed the dishes, she washed the soiled linen, their clothes and disclothes, which she hung on the line to dry. She took down the refuse to the street each morning and bought up the water, stopping at each landing to catch her breath. And clothed like a woman of the people, she went to the grocers, the butchers, and the fruiterers, with her basket on her arm, shopping, haggling to the last sou of her miserable money. The husband worked evenings, putting the books of some merchants in order, and nights he often did copying at 5 sous a page. That's the currency. And this life lasted for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they had restored all. Madame Loisel seemed old now. She had become a strong, hard woman, the crude woman of the poor household. Her hair badly dressed, her skirts awry, her hands red, she spoke in a loud tone and washed the floors with large pails of water. But sometimes, when her husband was at the office, she would seat herself before the window and think of that evening party of former times, of that ball where she was so beautiful and so flattered. Flattered means she was so pleased by the people. How would it have been if she had not lost the necklace? Who knows how singular is life and how full of changes? How small a thing will ruin or save one. So she thinks that had she not lost the necklace that night on the party, the life would have been different. One Sunday, as she was taking a walk in the Champs-Elysees to rid herself of the cares of the week, she suddenly perceived a woman walking with a child. It was Madame Frostier, still young, still pretty, and still attractive. Madame Loisel was affected. Should she speak to her? Yes, certainly. And now that she had paid, she would tell her all. Why not? She approached her. Good morning, Jenny. Her friend did not recognize her and was astonished. Astonished means surprised to be so familiarly addressed by this common personage. She stammered, "But, madam, I do not know. You must be mistaken. No, I am Matilda Loisel." Her friend uttered a cry of astonishment. Surprise. What do you mean by astonishment? Surprise. Oh, my poor Matilda, how you have changed. Yes, I have had some hard days since I saw you, and some miserable ones, and all because of you. Because of me? How is that? Now Matilda says that I had hard days just because of you. So Madame Frostier says that because of me, how is that? You recall the diamond necklace that you loaned me to wear to the minister's ball? Yes, very well. Well, I lost it. How is that, since you returned it to me? I returned another to you exactly like that, and it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. You can understand that it was not easy for us who have nothing, but it is finished, and I am decently content. Content means happy and satisfied. Madame Frostier stopped short. She said, "You say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine?" "Yes, you did not perceive it then? They are just alike." And she smiled with proud and simple joy. Madame Frostier was touched and took both her hands as she replied, "Oh, my poor Matilda, were false. They were not worth over 500 francs." So she says that my necklace was not real. It was not real. It was just an artificial piece. And she says that mine was false, means it was artificial. It was not of pure diamonds, and it did not have a worth more than 500 francs. So that was a shock for Matilda. So I hope you have understood the chapter. Please write down the difficult words in which I have underlined on the different pages in your notebooks, and also I've discussed the meanings of each and every word. So write the word meanings of these words also in your notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.